Locked. A mass grave. A table for sacrifice?
Come on, this is an event I'd like to be good at. I'm not doing it. I don't wanna. You can't make me. I'm not gonna jump in that fucking pit. Please. I guess there's some sanity options. I'll have no choice. I just don't want to. Idiot, you gotta be to like sneak up behind someone.
I got it.
Oh, this is the panic attack.
I can't breathe. What's happening?
I just want to get away, right? Let's get away. Let's also check your sanity, Pierce.
No, damn it! I must find a way out of here.
That's why I want this one. Sorry.
Is it my turn?
Yes. It is time. You will soon be one of us. If your body and mind are ready.
I dream of it every night. I have constant visions. I am ready.
Good enough. Prove it to us.
It's like in my dream. It seems to have been used recently. Probably some sort of ritual. I can't read Latin.
It's weird. It's like my dream, but not that.
You who sleep, accept this dream.
Ya Cthulhu Nithsiha Fitag.
Grant him your flesh and accept his, so that his body and yours.
Yeah, this one.
Yibithink Hupadk Cthulhu.
They did a real good
Grant
job
him
with
your
this
mind
bullshit.
and accept his, so that his mind and yours may be one.
I feel him.
I feel nasty.
You are gifted indeed, not another word. Bring me more sacred flesh. All who sleep, we pray for your return into the kingdom of earth.
Dead? This ritual killed? Where's the sense in that?
We are ready for the ceremony. What a...
Oopsie. Didn't even think stealth mechanics would pop up.
Dead? This ritual killed him?
Brutally honest.
Where's the sense in that?
It's gonna pop up. Of course, there's an occult thing here.
Again, this primitive writing.
Yeah. Someone thought it'd be funny to use that kind of writing in this shit. Yeah, that's fucking nuts.
Bradley, what are you doing here?
I saw two odd-looking guys coming down. Seemed up to no good. What in the world is this? An intruder! Oh, shit! Don't move! Police! Don't move!
The only one not afraid is gonna move Bradley.
I won't hesitate!
Bradley, get back! Get back!
You asked for it!
You shouldn't have seen this.
Yeah. I'm not going.
It's caving in. I need to get out of here.
Fall on my leg. And I'm hurt.
My leg!
And now it's crawling time.
Light. At last.
And all of a sudden I'm down and out. Going to avoid as much as physically possible as far as the insane stuff, which I know isn't fun. I don't like this level. It's a lot of stealth. And I'm very bad at stealth in this game. but I will say this, it's better than the Shambler fight. Very, very bad at that. I would love to make sure he is Death X this time, though.
He's having a seizure.
He will survive. Strong subject.
Opening his eyes. Saved him before.
I can't get up.
Don't move, Pierce. You can certainly say that you gave us a scare.
What did you do to me? Undo these straps!
Whoa! Go easy, my friend.
Oh, Dad. He killed you.
Are you sure he's better?
He was dead. Me too. We were dead. What are you doing?
I'm sorry, my friend.
What? No!
Should have gone along with it.
What happened to me? Where am I?
Mr. Sanders, you have to come with us.
No, please. I can't leave here.
Neither do we.
You don't understand. If I go out, no!
You're leaving this cell.
Please. I don't want him to find me.
Oh, come on, come help me already. Come on. So are you going to examine something else in here? No. No, I don't wanna. No, I don't wanna.
They trapped and hunted me, pursued me right into their dreams.
I don't wanna.
They
I
schooled
wanna be sane.
their maps in the wake of my life. No sea is dark enough to hide the color of my blood. No wind strong enough to scatter my
I
creeds.
wanna be sane. Leave me alone.
When the last of them rises up, you will choose. I will not be here to bear witness to it, because you will have released me. But the earth will resound to your cries.
You there. Wake up. Come on, stand up. We don't have much time.
I don't care. I want to check on my sanity.
Can you stand up?
Who are you?
A friend of Ethan Bradley. It was he who told me that you had been interned here.
Wait. Bradley is really alive? I don't understand. You filled me so full of drugs I can't distinguish dream from reality.
Please believe that I have nothing to do with these disgraceful treatments. Look, I don't have time to explain everything. I'm not really supposed to be here. And the same goes for you, according to Ethan. You must leave as soon as possible, and as unobtrusively as possible. I've brought you your clothes. Let me go ahead. We'll meet upstairs.
Wait a minute. What's going on here? What do they do to the patients to make them so terrified?
I would really like to know. I only see them when they are brought up for medical treatment, for problems they didn't have before going downstairs. But this is neither the time nor the place to talk about that. We must not stay here. There are 2 men standing guard near the stairs. It's the only way to the floor above. I shall try to distract them, and get at least one to come with me. All you need to do is to follow me as soon as the way is free.
Understood.
What's the ritual?
What does this mean?
God, that's great every time.
What did they inject him with? Am I in an asylum?
A lot of things. They inject him with a lot of things.
Sarah. What did he write about the painting? Why the strange symbol repeated over and over? Sarah Hawkins is on this list of authorized visitors.
There we go. Get up. I'm a good detective.
If I don't get out of here, I'll end up like him. Poor wretch.
Dr. Colden, I would like to say that I'm surprised to see you, but we all know that your curiosity will be your ruin.
I don't understand. These people need care. You keep them in this terrible place as if...
Go back upstairs where your patients are waiting for you to treat them. As for you, gentlemen, do not disappoint me anymore. No one enters or leaves.
Yes, Doctor.
Damn it. I'll have to find a way of getting rid of those 2 myself.
Kill him. Honestly, just kill everyone.
The machine is working again, but the control wheels haven't been put back on.
I was just going to the storage room. I can bring them to you.
No, Dr. Fuller doesn't want us touching the pressure valves.
As you want. I'm going to see if there are sleeping pills left. They've run out again upstairs.
Put a few aside for me, will you? And above all, leave the wheels where they are.
control wheel to mount on a plumbing system.
This is when we go to my case. To me. You better be able to do it. Got it.
Perfect.
Is that it?
Scopolamine F. There's no such thing. They've created derivatives of all common medicines. A whole bunch of evil cooking goes on in here. Are you fucking kidding me? You better not cross this threshold. Is he puking tonight? Is he peeing tonight? What's he doing? Sniffing it? Not good? Does it smell good? Hey. Smell good over there? What's that? What's in here? Looks delicious. It's like a fucking tentacle, isn't there? Or a long ass nose hair. Oh, he's the cook. Chef de cuisine, right? I know I'm crouching behind a table all nice and inconspicuous. Fuck you, bud.
24 fucking %. Oh, I'm fucked. I have a plan though if he sees me. If he turns around, I am like butt naked in the open here. Wow, that's irresponsible. Dude, you work at a place you honest to God should not be not looking behind you. Like, there are very few places that you should not look behind you, and I work at one of them and he works at the other. You gotta check your 650 all day, every fucking day.
The green gas leaves from here, and it runs through the whole building. Now for the next step. This valve controls the pressure. It's impossible to break this chain with my bare hands.
I don't want to see Francis Sanders die if I can avoid it. I think I have to, because it's pretty story related, but I don't want to. Please. Yes, love that noise.
Perfect. Have I activated anything? It's an ammeter. I didn't expect to see one on this little rock. It's impossible to break this chain with my bare hands.
I don't know why I broke that chain, I shouldn't have.
This lever must turn on the gas machine.
Break it.
The piping hasn't burst. Not yet, anyway.
Oh, that's why. This'll blow it up.
I've got to hide before the guards see me.
It redirects me to go see this guy die. That fucking sucks. Nope, don't want to talk to you. Really don't want to talk to you.
Doctor.
No.
Is that you?
Nope.
Don't you worry about the doctor. Right now, he'll have plenty to keep him busy with his precious machine. It gives us time to get away. I'll undo you.
Get away? You're mistaken about the beast.
You're Sanders, aren't you? What did they do to you?
The doctor? The doctor wants to heal me. But he's the one who's crazy. He wants to restore my sight. And yet I told him that I didn't want him. The real culprit is Sarah. Her and her accursed paintings.
You're kidding me. You're talking about Sarah Hawkins.
The one and only.
In her office, I saw signs of a ritual. These things, that's...
You're wrong.
What's going on? What are you talking about?
Destiny! It is...
What? Fine.
Sarah Hawkins visitor.
Sanders.
Without her... No!
Sanders! What hell? I got it. Okay. This is insane. What killed him?
Life? I don't know, man. Why would the door out be open? The rest of them, I guess.
Down! The gas! Oh. My head.
Later. We need to move on.
He's actually, the boy is actually dead. Rest of them. No Hawkins is dead other than the boy.
Who goes there? That nightmare again. I need a drink.
No drinks.
What you say is true.
You're awake, Mr. Pierce. How do you feel?
Did I sleep long?
The day's only starting. It's fine.
How's our fugitive? Dr. Fuller hasn't reported your disappearance to the force, but that'll come soon.
Bradley?
Who else would it be?
Mr. Pierce, are you all right? You look like you saw a ghost.
There are things I can't explain.
Tell us. What happened?
What I'm sure of now is that the Hawkins case isn't just an accident.
And what brings you to that conclusion?
The fact that Charles Hawkins survived the fire.
I don't understand. Mr. Hawkins was buried.
That's what he would have you believe.
I have a hard time believing you.
You were there, Bradley. You even opened fire on him.
I'd remember that.
Why would he fake his own death? Do you think he covered up his wife's murder?
That's possible.
Seems hard to swallow. Don't you have anything more concrete, Pierce?
Bradley, what do you remember?
I don't understand your question.
The night we went into the Hawkins mansion. You don't seem to remember the tunnels and what occurred there.
No memory of going down any tunnel. No, we were in the manor then...
then what? Oh,
Then what?
The rest is quite blurry. I don't recall how I came back home.
And then?
I went to visit you at the hospital. And called on Marie's help to get you released.
And you don't remember the events of the tunnel?
I don't. Let's talk about something else.
Given the energy he pours into Riverside, I presume it was Fuller's creation.
His father's, to be correct.
No,
He was a
his.
surgeon on board the Scylla.
His.
He founded the hospital in 1904 with funds from the Hawkins family before he died and his son Thomas Fuller took over.
Two families inextricably linked.
Most island families are that way. Captain Fitzroy's father was also a seaman aboard the
Captain
Scylla.
Fitzroy was.
Powerful families dominating everything.
Yes, and as you could tell, Dr. Fuller is like some crazed emperor.
He wouldn't be happy if he knew we were snooping around.
I know the risks. I don't fear him. Do you wish to know anything else?
Dr. Fuller seems to be leaving a trail of corpses. Not to mention those strange machines, chains, and tools of all kinds.
Yes. I've been telling you that Fuller uses his patients as guinea pigs.
What I saw was more akin to torture than medicine.
Do you even hear what you're saying? Dr. Fuller is highly respected.
It's the truth, Ethan. And I'll prove it to you. I'm listening, Mr. Pierce.
I have flashbacks. They haunt me.
What did they do to you?
There was that Dr. Fuller, and a nurse. Blood everywhere. My legs, the pain, I couldn't bear it. I was screaming. They injected me with something. I woke up at the institute. Bradley was there.
And how you scared us. You seemed... demented.
You likely woke up during the anesthesia. No wonder those memories haunt you. What in God's name were they doing to you?
What happened afterwards?
When I woke up the second time, I was in a padded cell. That's where you found me, Doctor. After you released me, I got a good look at what's in store for the patients of the Riverside Institute. Hallucinogenic gas pumped into the cells. An infernal machine. Horrific medical experiments.
Impossible. Dr. Fuller would never do such a thing.
You should believe it, Ethan. What Mr. Pierce saw is precisely what I've been trying to prove. Did you discover anything else?
I met a Francis Sanders. Do you know him?
Of course. He's a patient. Or was. I haven't seen him since Dr. Fuller had him transferred to the basement.
He knew Sarah Hawkins. And that's what killed him.
What? How did he die?
I'm not sure I can explain it.
Tell me how Mr. Sanders died.
I didn't see what, but something was there with us.
Of what do you speak?
Sanders said it was Sarah Hawkins' visitor. He spoke of it like a living being.
Sarah Hawkins? Have I missed something here? This makes no sense. I don't see how it can help crack the Hawkins case.
You really think she's involved? How could she have murdered Mr. Sanders?
Francis Sanders mentioned Mrs. Hawkins just before dying. It's no coincidence.
You know, Francis Sanders was a well-known art collector. I guess you can still pay a visit to his wife, Irene Sanders.
An art collector, you say? That's probably how they met.
If you plan on having dinner at the Sanders household, please spare the widow the tale of her late husband's suffering.
I don't agree. She deserves the truth.
But that truth may be biased. We don't know the bottom of it.
I'm gonna stay prudent this time.
You're right. Without a plausible explanation for what I saw, let's not jump to conclusions.
That seems wise indeed.
Very well. I'll go to see Francis's widow. Perhaps I'll find a link between her husband's death and Sarah Hawkins.
Don't end up in the hospital this time.
I'll do my best.
I want to check sanity now, because that affected my destiny.
What can I do for you, sir?
Mrs. Sanders, I'm a private detective. We must talk about your husband and his ties to Sarah Hawkins. Can I come in?
You may. However, before we go any further, please know that my husband died yesterday.
That is precisely what brings me here.
Well, well, look who's here. You know each other?
We met briefly, but he made a strong impression on me. The main thing is that we understood one another. The brave detective has a talent for sticking his nose into my business.
I bump into her every time I'm investigating someone's death.
It's a small island, Detective. My island. It's better that it's you bumping into me.
You're investigating Francis' death. Why? Who hired you?
I spoke to Francis before he died. His story suggests a link to a case I'm working on.
Well, since this business has got nothing to do with me, I'll be in your husband's office, Irene. We'll carry on later.
Very well, Miss Baker. This way, Mr. Pierce. And do make yourself comfortable. It would seem that you have much to tell me. May I inquire as to when you had the opportunity to talk to my husband?
Yesterday. I met him at the hospital. He spoke to me about Sarah Hawkins.
Oh, of course he spoke to you about her. That's all he talked about. Sarah Hawkins and her paintings. Please forgive my tone. The fact is that I have not been allowed to see him since he was interned. You, on the other hand, a perfect stranger, were able to see him and even talk with him the day he died. How was he? Were you present when he had this attack? What happened?
We had a short conversation and then I left. I don't know what happened after that.
Oh, I see. Mr. Pierce, you must forgive my audaciousness. But I've had practice of life in high society for over 30 years. Reading one's interlocutors, recognizing the politeness of a lie, are things that are taught very early to young girls from a good family. But your lie has nothing polite about it. It is crass, insulting, and dare I say, terribly suspicious.
That was fun.
Try to understand my
I just got a
position.
leg cramp that
I
almost
need to
ended the stream.
understand. How could this happen? In a reputed institute. And right before your eyes.
You don't know what was in front of me.
Did you not do anything to help him?
So ask Fuller, he's the eminent doctor. But I would caution you, you'll find his treatments more terrifying than the illnesses he sets out to cure.
That churl no longer takes the trouble to receive me. He sends his secretary to tell me that I cannot see Francis. Me. His own widow. He must think that I am a terrible wife for having abandoned him in such a way. But I only wanted what was best for him.
I'm not here to condemn you, Mrs. Sanders.
Oh, I'm tired, Mr. Pierce. I would be grateful if you could tell me what you expect of me, and then leave.
I would like you to come with me to the art gallery.
Did your husband talk to you about Sarah Hawkins' visitor? Shambler, to use.
Well, you can't imagine that's all he talked about. It's exhibited at the center of the gallery. No better place for the painting that endowed him with the privilege of such a shameful and miserable end to his life.
Hold on. The Shambler is a painting by Sarah Hawkins.
Who else to paint such horrors? Take a look for yourself.
Do you feel pretty inclined?
If you feel so inclined.
I do.
It is my only lead at this stage.
Then you have paid. For my part, I refuse to set foot in that gallery again.
Thank you, Mrs. Sanders. I won't be long.
Let's find the sleeping pills, because I know there's some.
The day the Shambler came into the Sanders' lives.
I didn't do this before. Cup of tea?
Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins were close. Friends, even? Sanders' accession register. He wrote beside the Shambler. Finally. What did Sarah Hawkins fear so much that she didn't want to sell the painting?
She gave it away, for fuck's sake. Ooh.
A house of artists.
Lots of pain in my leg right now. Fun, fun, fun.
He finally won. Was Sanders aware of his imminent doom? She first refused to sell the painting. How did that make her feel? Was she jealous of Sarah Hawkins?
Jealous? Did anyone see that in the subtitles? It said jealous. Oh!
The Shambler. I need to see it. Did she really care for him after all?
Wow. I have never heard of a letter of refusal like that. That is awful. I would like to search your house, ma'am. Ma'am.
Let's see what this cylinder has to say once it's inserted in a phonograph.
I'm very scared to move my legs.
Irene, I made a mistake. I fear that it might be too late for me. Nobody should answer, except to burn everything. I never had the courage. Pay somebody to do it. Behind my head. I see it. Behind my eyelids. Each time I shut my eyes.
So I decided to rip.
I can't take anymore. I
can't tell if she's just portly, figurely, or fat, or pregnant. I'm hoping not pregnant.
Cursed gallery. Those accursed paintings, that accursed Sarah.
Nothing else for her to say, apparently. Where's Cat? Cat!
A strange Amerindian pendant. Strange. For months, Sarah Hawkins refused to part with her painting, to finally give it away for nothing.
Give a
Another volume of the Reverend's wife's diary.
I know what it's like when your give a fuck flies out the door. Come on, I'm doing awful shit. There's like 100 medical books I'm sure I missed.
That's twice you've stepped on my toes, Detective.
I've got a lot of bad habits.
Some can be more fatal than others. What have you come looking for in...
I'm not here to cause trouble, if that's what's worrying you.
Worry me? Don't overestimate yourself.
I'm sorry.
As I already told you, next time, I'll strike first.
Do it.
But as long as you keep out of my way, you're free to carry on with your visit.
Fucking do it.
And you?
I'm here on business. She doesn't intend to hang.
Why you?
Believe it or not, there aren't many collectors on Darkwater. A choice that comes down to Fitzroy and me. And I'm far more pleasant, wouldn't you say?
Unfortunately.
Not now, sweetheart. I'd like to read this without...
I ain't touching it. Oh man, I'm gonna cramp again. I'm starting to get pissed off about it. Aha, motherfucker. I got the key.
These artifacts date from pre-Columbian.
So, from where I end up to here.
Why was he so interested in old weapons?
Smash it, grab it, run. Correct? Correct. Let's go.
The man transformed an entire wing of his manor into an art gallery.
Yes, the man was a freak. I get it. Seen this plenty of times. We'll see it plenty more.
What the hell was that?
It's gonna kill me at least once.
This dagger looks different.
It's gonna kill me at least once. But if it doesn't have to, I don't want it. I'm sick of it. I'm gonna discover consent. Hey, bitch. This is satisfaction at its finest. I am sane enough that this better work.
What's the matter with you?
They better not fuck me. God damn it.
You sure you won't be needing that hand? You're losing it, Detective. At this rate, you're right. The bottle will get you before I do.
You didn't see anything.
I saw you within an inch of putting a dagger through your forearm.
I was attacked by... You knew.
What are you talking? Think yourself lucky that I saved your hand, even if it was to save my goods.
You mean me?
Don't flatter yourself, sweetheart. I'm talking about the contents of this gallery. And by the way, where do you think...
It saved my life.
You should talk to Algernon Drake. From what I saw in the ledgers, it was him who sold it to Sanders.
It's not your style to give me free information like that.
Take it as payment for being my canary. A simple trade-off. Now go see your antique seller. I've still got things to settle with Irene.
Rough game. Kinda no matter what I do. I'm really glad I got through the Shambler in one try. That was gonna piss me off. I hate him. I hate him so much. It's so annoying. Why? Screaming me.
Where's the bookseller?
People are freaking out still. The more people hear about
another
the more people are freaking out and getting messages. I just got 3 more. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm not gonna let some offender beat me. I'm not. There will be a lot more injuries before I get hurt. I really do wish I could help those guys out. Pisses me off. Everyone wanting to talk about it now, it's like, Jesus Christ, I don't want nothing to do with it.
The Book of Zion is the foundational work behind Helena Blavatsky's Theosophical movement. Its followers place truth on the same footing as a religion.
The fuck I will not.
No.
Get you to figure out that that's something that needs to move. I guess I don't yet.
What happened here?
Lots of things. Careful.
Let's start over. Where did they break in from? Blood. Seemed like amateur work. Someone tall left his footprint. A man, probably. This burglar seems to be rather clumsy. What happened that made them... What killed all these... What sort of thief leaves his tools at the crime scene? What the... Charles Hawkins? Looks like the symbol rejected Hawkins. What sort of power did Sarah Hawkins' painting possess? Sarah Hawkins helped hide something in this safe.
A book I will not touch. If I have a choice, I'm not touching that fucking book. What am I missing?
Drake put in a great deal of effort to hide whatever is in here. Everything is linked to the Sarah Hawkins case. Drake left instructions on how to find the combination of his safe.
Three cylinders, each hidden.
Cylinders that Drake tried to hide. I should perhaps listen to them.
Keyword tried, did not succeed.
Things are not looking good.
And these red rocks, like precious stones, lie set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets. I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our white...
The chalice of knowledge.
Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny.
The Queen has little protection.
Dear friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me. Volume 9, Azoth and Other Horrors, seems particularly relevant to my research. I never tire of browsing through them.
I have a guess. Probably wrong, but I have a guess.
So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message.
Go listen to the second one again, and then we're gonna go for another round on the merry-go-round.
I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our white queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny. I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our white queen from their dark soldiers.
The Queen has little protection.
I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny.
Queen has little protection.
I guess it would be how many pieces surround the queen, which would be 1, 2, 3. So it's either fucking 3 or 6. Three or 6. No. Good. Maybe you don't see me being shit. 539. The fuck do we get the 5 from? Please don't. Please don't. No. Come on, let me enter madness. I'm waiting.
Dr. Colden, this man's condition is deteriorating.
What says Dr. Fuller? It's his patient, after all.
He's busy with Captain Fitzroy. He specifically asked us not to bother him when that's the case.
Oh, of course. I'll see what I can do. Mr. Blake, can you hear me? I'm Dr. Colden. We'll take care of you.
There's nothing we can do. I tried talking to him. He's catatonic.
What can you tell me about him?
He was highly agitated an hour ago. We were about to tie him down when he fell asleep. 10 minutes ago, he curled up into a fetal position. I thought he was waking up, but no.
Show me his file.
That's not possible.
Don't tell me Dr. Fuller has taken this file as well. We need it.
That's why I called you. This man's ailment has been hidden from us.
Come on now. What was he treated for?
An intoxication, I was told. After inhaling chemicals.
That'll do for the time being.
Any idea what this man might be undergoing?
Very well. I'll examine him. His skin shows abnormal loss of color and seems dried out. He's totally dehydrated. His fingertips and toes seem to feature a slight ring under the skin. Tender at the touch. Slightly sticky. Severe malnutrition. Swollen abdomen with traces of petechia. Doesn't seem like an edema. Slight protuberances seem to indicate the presence of a foreign body. 30-year-old subject. Severe hypothermia. Erythematous papules around the eyes and eardrums. Necrosed palpebral tissue. Lord, this smell.
So, Doctor, an opinion?
I'm not sure I have the necessary knowledge to treat this man.
Don't say that. You're our most worthy doctor after Dr. Fuller.
Some of his symptoms are beyond my comprehension.
What did you find?
Did you examine his abdomen? It would seem there's something inside.
He hasn't eaten in days. Are you certain it's not an edema?
No. Can't you recognize an edema? Pushing with your finger won't leave a trace. And look at these bumps.
It's not like he could be pregnant.
Yeah, whatever it is, this man has something inside him that shouldn't be there. We should operate on him at once.
Dr. Fuller said not to worry, that the edema would go away by itself.
You know, I'm not sure Dr. Fuller is telling the truth. In spite of the muscle contractions, his arms seem limp.
Yes. They can't have decalcified, not at this rate.
And yet, if there is a bone in this arm, it's softer than that of a newborn baby. What about his cranium?
It's soft at the touch. It does seem like the skull of a baby.
Look at these sticky rings growing at his fingertips. What can be happening?
Mutation.
I'm sure you'll find an explanation. You have to.
I see signs of hypodermoclysis, but he's still dehydrated. When was his last IV?
He's constantly under perfusion. I've even gone beyond the recommended dose to no avail. And you won't believe me, but when we bathed him earlier...
He seemed to feel better?
Yes. Like he needs an aquarium, not a perfusion. But that doesn't explain his condition.
I almost don't believe it myself, but these symptoms are not those usually associated with the human species.
What do you mean? Don't tell me you believe in extraterrestrials.
No. This poor man is from our world, all right. But his body is undergoing unnatural mutations. And this transformation is killing him. His body simply can't cope.
Where could he have gotten such an infection?
I pray that it's not here.
Dr. Coleman, may I know what you're doing to my patient?
What I'm doing? How about what you've done to him?
Let us calm down, my dear Marie. I don't appreciate your tone, nor your insinuations. I've done to him what I do to all my patients. Provide him with the best available care.
Your imagination is without limit. It's your homemade drug again, is it not? Those people are not your guinea pigs.
There, there. What have you seen to put you in such a state?
His limbs? His body temperature? I don't know what experiments you've undertaken, but this is going too far.
Oh, I sense some excitement beneath your indignation. Could it be you wish to join me in my scientific endeavors?
You are a brilliant physician, Dr. Fuller, but this man has the attributes of some kind of animal.
Fascinating. An animal, you say? Could you be more precise? Cephalopod, perhaps?
This amuses you.
Your reaction does. I know your thirst for knowledge, Doctor. It's your innocent worries for this man that have you overreacting.
For this man, and the others whose medical files you've been hiding.
I have to protect my discovery. These people owe me their life, but the world isn't ready yet. It will be, in time.
I will not let you do this.
You disappoint me, Marie, but I still have hope you'll one day share my point of view. In the meantime, take care of your own patients and try not to forget who you're dealing with.
Was that a threat? What did he mean?
It was a warning. Dr. Fuller is this institution's founder, and one of our profession's most influential voices. My word is of no weight against his. If I continue to protest, I will only ruin my reputation and career.
It's scandalous. Can't we do anything? Is there no evidence of his crimes?
I disapprove of Fuller's methods, but his treatments have saved more lives than I can count.
And Mr. Blake? You said yourself he was dying.
I don't know what to think for now. What I'm sure of is that Fuller is hiding something from us. And I need to know what that is before I take a chance exposing him.
And where would you find those? In his office? What if you get caught?
I'd rather not think about that. I'm counting on your discretion.
Of course, Doctor. You can count on me. I'll keep mum.
Chronic insomnia. Like half the island.
Let's see if I can treat some patients real quick.
Doctor, please. My chest.
His infusion of a semi-physiological solution doesn't seem to work. He's undergoing a ventricular fibrillation. Nurse? Deborah, come and help me, please. His potassium level is too high. Replace it with 2% glucose solution with insulin, calcium, and sodium bicarbonate.
I'll tend to it right away.
Thank you. He's in your hands.
That's one treated.
Ah, a whaling station. What's wrong with me?
What are you talking about?
Doctor, is that you?
Yes, it's Dr. Colden. Tell me what happened.
It's the old whaling station. See?
What did you see there?
Nothing. Nothing at all. The floor was all rotten and I fell straight through.
And that's how you broke your back?
Perhaps. No idea. Passed out.
I'll just sleep.
He broke his back in an accident down by the docks. She recently came back from the surgical block. She's stable. Given her file, a nephrectomy would have been inevitable. But Fuller was able to save her kidney. What is the boiler room key doing here? Another insomniac. I should find the cause for such a widespread trouble.
Dr. Colden, here you are at last. This patient was again brought up to the psychiatric wing. We've been following the treatment you prescribed, but the dysgeusia persists and he's lost a great deal of weight. We haven't been able to move him. The stress makes him hyperallergic.
Sir, I am going to examine you. Do you understand? Inject him with a dose of pentobarbital, intramuscular, so that I can conduct the clinical examination. He bit his lips so much, they're still bleeding. White froth, evidently because of such drooling. His binds left bloody wounds.
So, Doctor, what should we do with this patient?
You did good work. The tranquilizer has kicked in. Now you can disinfect and bandage his wounds.
Thank you, Doctor. And as to his weight loss?
I'll prescribe an antifungal treatment for his dysgeusia. In the meantime, feed him intravenously.
It'll be done.
Next.
Gentlemen, may I help you?
We're waiting on news regarding our mother, Maureen Hardy. She came in with a kidney problem, but...
I've tended to her, and I have good... Her blood analysis is reassuring. Her kidneys are as new.
Are you talking about the same person? This is miraculous.
She's still recovering, but you may speak to her upon her awakening.
Oh, thank you so much, Doctor. We'll wait for her to wake up. We've been here since this morning, so it won't make a difference.
Hippocratic oath. I've treated all the patients. And with that, I'm going to get off. I'll see you guys later.